D, what's up with it? Man, we live with it now. My, hey, I just wanted to give you an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to speak your piece, pop your shit one time, and let the people know what's going on. Man, I'm ready now. We ready. Yeah. Yeah. You did. You feel me? Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Hey. Straight like that. Straight like that. Love, bro. You hear me? We appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you for sure. You already know. Hey, I appreciate that, bro. Real talk. Real talk. Man, I love you, bro. Real talk. Hold your head, bro. I'ma holler at me about in an hour, fool. Holler at me about in an hour, okay? Say less. Hey, I appreciate that though. I appreciate that.
One love.
For sure. Holler at me about an hour, gang. Man, you already know. Man, that my dog, man.
That was wild.
Yeah, B. It's a long story, but free that man. 2026, he coming home. He
Man.
coming home.
All right. Welcome to Romera Records
You
podcast.
did. Yes, sir.
Today we have on.
CEO LilTino, you know what I mean? The one and only. You will never find another CEO LilTino. There is no other copy, no duplicates. I am the original. Straight like that. No other way but that way. On baby.
Man, it's good to have you on. This is a long time coming.
Yeah. I mean, it's a plus. It's a blessing to just still be able to be relevant, even though I'm an independent artist, and be able to just come out and do what I do. It's a pleasant, dog. So I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, so I always tell people, I start out the podcast telling people like how I found out about you. And so for everybody who doesn't know, you've been living under a rock for a while. We had the Come to DMG concert. And so we did the album, then we had the concert back in April 2023. And, or May, I can't remember. But anyways, so Coffee performs second after C4, and then when Coffee comes on, he has somebody else on the stage with him, and I'm just like, "Who's this guy?"
Right.
And he performs first before Coffee does, and kills it with "Go Get the Money."
Yeah.
And that honestly was probably one of the more special moments of the whole concert to me, because number one, I had no idea you were going to be there, and then number two, an artist that I was helping helped put somebody else on.
Facts.
And that meant the world to me, because that's all I want to do is like help make avenues for other people, help open doors for other people. And so somebody who I'm helping open a door, opened another door for somebody else. And that was a really special moment. But I just want to let you know that.
Nah, for sure. Nah, it was.
So I guess let's go back to, I know you and I've been hanging out with you, and, we've been having the meetings and stuff like that, but this is my opportunity to get to know you a little bit more.
Right.
This is very like personal, and we can get to talk about whatever. Okay. I love talking about music and everything, but like the podcast is hella laid back and we just talk about whatever. So
for sure. I'm with that.
First off, you are from here, right?
Yeah, I was born and raised in South Memphis.
Okay.
South Memphis. Now I do have some siblings that are from Anchorage, Alaska, but we ain't gotta get into all that.
I actually have cousins. Well, at least one cousin that lives in Alaska. I think he lives in Anchorage, but I had two. They were brothers. Yeah. But it's my mom's brother. His kids lived in Alaska. His whole family lived up there.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I've never been, but
I haven't either.
I want to go.
I want to go.
I want to go. Nah, for real.
Alaska seems really dope. Like people are always, I know somebody else who lives up there, and they're posting pictures like moose in their backyard. And if you've never seen a moose in person, it's the creepiest thing you've ever seen.
Real talk.
I'll tell you this one story. I used to live in North Dakota in Minot when I was in the Air Force, and I'm leaving base. And so when you leave base, it's literally it's probably like, I think it takes maybe like 5 to 10 minutes to drive this road, and it's just a straight road. There's nothing but farmland to the side of you. And I'm leaving base. It's like midnight or something. It's maybe like 1 a.m. And I see something like crossing the road. I thought it was a person at first, and I was like, oh, that's not a person. I was like, I think that's a deer. And so I'm getting closer to it, and I was like, deer are usually like a more tannish, light brown kind of like Betty. Right. Deer have that like more tan champagne color fur. I was like, that looks really dark. It's like really brown. And then I get closer. I'm like, that's a massive deer.
Yes, sir.
It was a moose. And for all you don't know, I used to drive a Ford Explorer, and the moose, its stomach was like where the top of my Explorer is.
Damn.
Yeah. Its legs are like the length of my vehicle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's a massive animal. But that was my one moose story.
That would have scared the hell out of me.
Yeah. But anyways, go ahead.
As far as
who you are, where you're from.
For sure.
Go ahead.
Like I said, born and raised in South Memphis, you know what I mean? 27 years old. As far as the music, honestly, I love telling people this. Like, I'm not gonna say I wasn't born to be a rapper, but I definitely didn't grow up wanting to be a rapper. My first passion was hooping. You know what I'm saying? And when I first started that, I wasn't that good, but it's just like with anything else you do in life. The more you consistently do something, the better you get, especially if you really want to get better. So, I mean, that was my first passion, hooping, but back then I didn't have the confidence that I have now with the music, and I feel like that plays a major role in why I go so hard with the music. But man, I'm just a a young 27-year-old young man just trying to find his way, grinding, trying to motivate the next to not only do what they love to do, but do it with the I don't give a fuck what people think attitude.
Yeah, yeah.
Because people get caught up in that, and I'm one of those people who did back then, but now it's more so like either you like me or you hate me. Either way it go, I'm gonna be me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what I love to do.
And that's a hard gap for some people to get over. Like some people in their head, they say, "Oh, I don't care what other people think."
Right.
But your actions aren't showing it. Like you say you don't care what people think, but you're really like watching the way you move. But which is good though. Like you
Right.
should be conscientious of the things you say and places you go, people you're around. But at the same time, like don't be afraid to be who you really are. Don't be
Facts.
afraid
Facts.
to show people like this is who I am. So I commend you for taking that leap. And being a rapper is hard. Like
Yeah.
not just the art itself,
Right.
but taking the leap
Right.
to speak words and have it recorded, and so people can hear your thoughts and your feelings and all that kind of stuff. Like it's not easy.
Yeah, it ain't easy at all, bro. But I feel like it's made me who I'm becoming today. You feel what I'm saying? Because fear. Let's speak on fear. Like fear can hold you back from really reaching your full potential. And I feel like, as I said with basketball, that's what was holding me back. Like fear in the moment. Like, bro, you cold as hell. Just go out there and do what you love to do.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh, what if this dude better than me? Or what if I can't outshine him? It was like I was just having so many different thoughts, but it wasn't positive thoughts, it was negative thoughts. And when it was time to shine, it was like I would dim my own light. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I look at it now as fear. Instead of running from it, run towards it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Run towards it, embrace the challenge, embrace the moment. And this is why I love music so much, because at one point it was a hobby. You know what I'm saying? Me and my partners in the room, we would do what we do, then go in there and just freestyle off random beats, and it went from that to recording my hundreds of songs on SoundCloud. Like, 100 songs on my cell phone, then putting them on SoundCloud and recording in the bathroom, and then it went to me recording in the studio and learning how to actually record a song and, the vocal part, like everything. It was just a process. And man, I love music so much. Like, and I really feel like it not only changed my life, but it saved it as well. I look at me now versus who I was back then, totally different person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Totally different person, totally different mindset. But I mean, without my past and without not the failures, but without the lessons that I learned in the past, I wouldn't be who I'm becoming right now.
Yeah, and I was talking about that in one of my recent Instagram posts. Was just like people being afraid to fail.
Right.
Like I was saying, like sometimes people are afraid of being successful. And the first time I ever heard that blew my mind. 'Cause I'm just not one of those type of people.
Right.
But it made sense. It made so much sense. Like sometimes people might be afraid to be successful because that means that's your new standard. You have to uphold that now. So, and a lot of people aren't able to continue to be great. Right. It's one thing to have a good game, right? So you watch basketball, there are people who come out of the blue and have a great game. Or you have moments like Linsanity, Jeremy Lin, where he was just
balling.
He was just balling for probably a few years or so.
Yeah.
And then nothing. And then you have some people who are great for forever, like Kobe Bryant and Shaq and Jordan, LeBron.
Can't leave him out, man. LeBron.
Like all these people who are great for a long period of time. The reason why they're special is because they show up and put in the work for a long period of time. It's hard to do. Yeah. That's why everybody doesn't do it, because it's hard to do.
Fact.
So if you are able to just put in the work and be able to be successful for a long period of time, that's what makes you special. That's why, we were talking about artists, rappers who have been successful for a long period of time. It's crazy to see. Like people like Eminem and Lil Wayne, like, they've been great for years and they haven't been afraid to step up to the mic year after year. Some people, what's his name? Big Crit.
Yeah, hard. He's hard.
And one of his songs, he says, some rappers hope the world ends so they don't have to drop another album.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
And that's facts. Like some people, they don't want to have to perform again. They don't want to have to go out there and be great again because it takes a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. I mean, but that's what I like the most about it. Honestly, it teaches you a lot, man. Like you can't be you can't be afraid of the moment.
Yeah.
Especially when it's right there. And luckily, I was blessed with a second chance with music. You feel what I'm saying? Because when the basketball shit didn't work out for me, it was like, what's next?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What's next? Because I didn't graduate from high school. I didn't go to college. So it was like, I'm not going to say everybody was almost expecting me to fail, but they was like, if you didn't graduate, you ain't go to college, it's like, you ain't gonna be nothing, you know? So when I picked up that mic and when I just started rapping, man, I just kept telling myself, just stay down, stay focused. And when you get this shit, man, don't let up. Like, put it in their face and just, it wasn't even about proving people wrong. I just wanted to prove myself wrong. So it's like to see what I'm doing now, see the stuff I'm accomplishing, it's like, bro, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm proud of me just for, as I said, man, just not giving up on me. When everybody else counted me out, I was counting myself in because I knew I had it in me. I knew I did.
Do you feel like the basketball, like we were talking about, like being under pressure, stepping up to the plate, stuff like that, do you feel like that prepared you to be a rapper, to be a musician?
Yeah, honestly, because I mean, it's the same as performing for me. Like, you know you about to get in front of a whole lot of people, so it's like you don't want to mess up, you don't want to make mistakes, and it's part of the game.
Yeah.
Like, even with basketball, even if you would have missed several shots, it's part of the game, you know what I'm saying? So it was just one of those things I feel like I had to get over. You know what I'm saying? And I still am. It's when I get on stage, it's still a lot of pressure on my shoulders, and it's like, oh, it's several 50, 60 people in the crowd or however, whatever. It's like, you know they watching. You feel what I'm saying? But I have to remind myself, whether if you go on stage and give your all, whether if you do good, whether if you do bad, people are going to have something to say regardless.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't worry about that. Just go out there and do what you know you can do and enjoy it. Enjoy the moment.
Yeah. And that's something that everybody should learn is no matter what you're doing, if you have some kind of pressure, people are watching you, whatever it is, people are going to criticize you.
Yeah.
And that's okay because not everybody's going to like you. Like, no matter who you think the best is at anything, like you said, don't leave out LeBron.
Right.
Some people don't think LeBron's a good basketball player at all, which is an insane thing to think or say.
It is.
He is a good basketball player, no matter if you think he is or not. But everybody's going to have an opinion. That's not stopping LeBron from dropping 40 on the next team.
Right. Exactly.
People think he sucks, but that ain't gonna stop him.
Right.
So yeah, you just gotta just do what you do. Like
Thanks.
At the end of the day, just keep hustling, doing whatever you're doing because people are gonna say some stuff, but you just gotta keep going.
Right. It's life. It's life, and dog, it's life.
What's something that you feel like has helped you become a better rapper, because you said that you weren't really into it at first. That you had to get good at it, whatever. So what really helped you, progress as an artist?
I mean, it all started with inspiration. You know what I'm saying? So Tupac, which is the GOAT in my eyes.
Okay.
He inspired me to just want to go all in, you know what I'm saying, as far as being a musician. And artists like, I say this in every interview all the time, Lil Snoop. A lot of people may or may not be familiar with who he is. But after this podcast, go look him up. Dope artist. Meek Mill signed him when he was like maybe 16, 17.
Yeah, he was young.
Very dope artist. Yeah. And unfortunately, he ended up getting killed for, some crazy reasons. But artists like that, they inspire me to, what I'm saying, just want to be a better artist.
Yeah.
But, when I first started, as I said, I was recording off my phone, man, just enjoying it. But I had so many different songs. And if you listen to what I was saying back then, it was like, dude got potential to be some cold one day if he just continue to get better and better and better. So I think really it was just me pushing myself.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm cool right now, but I want to be way better than cool. And, I'm really good now, but I want to be great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be in the conversations with the people that's good. Like, I want to be in the conversations with the people that's great. that's where I'm like, okay, now and then once I get the great, we got to move past that. So it's one of those things where I don't get comfortable. I mean, I try my best to enjoy the moment, but it's one of those things, bro, where it's like I just want to be better than who I was last year, better than who I was yesterday. I'm one of those people. Yeah.
I think that's like what you were talking about. I don't want to be good. I want to be great. And then, take a step after greatness. I don't think a lot of people have that mentality. I think a lot of people, they don't, first of all, no offense to them, and they probably just don't have it in them, but they don't know even what it takes to get that level. And they would have to be around somebody to just show them. But then there's other people like, I would say, okay, let's take Jordan, for instance, the famous story of Jordan getting, he didn't get selected for like his sophomore year on the varsity team.
Thanks.
You would think like, somebody like him or LeBron have been playing varsity since they were like 8th grade or something like that.
Thanks.
But like something had to click in Jordan when he didn't make the team to go, oh, I need to do better. Just like him not making the team could have been his motivation.
Right.
But something and somebody could have guided him, maybe his dad or something, I don't know. But like he had to make that personal decision to do that. Like, I need to get better and I want to be great. I want to be greater than great.
Real talk.
So I think some people they literally don't have that mindset, and they never will unless they get around like the right people to show them what it takes. Because the phrase like big fish, small pond. Like, you might be the best around like your friend group.
Right.
And so your friends tell you how great you are.
Right.
But they're the only ones telling you how great you are. You don't have people, if you're in Memphis and everybody's telling you you're a great rapper. Well, is anybody in Kansas telling you you're a great rapper? Is anybody in California and New York and Miami or Iowa? Like, you might just be great here, and you might be great other places, but you should strive to branch out and grab everybody's attention, because you might just be a big fish in a small pond, when really in a big pond you might be a small fish.
Facts.
Because
Preach.
because you haven't been around everybody else who is way more talented. And that's happened to me. That's why I say because I've been the best at something around a few people, because I'm from a small town.
Right.
The small town I'm from, Aniana, had like 6,000 people in it.
Damn, that was small.
Exactly.
Yeah. For sure.
So when it's really cool for me to be in a city like Memphis, because I'm around so many people. And so I get to see so many different levels of talent.
Right.
Like, there's people who are just starting out making music, people who are been doing it for a while, people who've been doing it for half their life. And I get to see those different levels. And I'm like, if I meet somebody who thinks that they're really good, I'm just like, oh, you just been living here your whole life.
Right.
You haven't gotten out. Like, I know people who are real good. You aren't that. You're good, but you aren't that. And that's a crazy thing to realize, is when you aren't. And again, I'm saying this from experience. I've been that person. I've realized like, oh, I'm not that good.
Yeah.
But that motivates me to get better, though.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I can just to piggyback off that, I'm the same way, bro. Like, I've been in the studio with some artists that are, if not just as dope as me, even better. But it doesn't make me look at them like, man, I want to be better. You know what I'm saying? But in my mind, like, I know I can be just as good as their artist, if not better. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm trying to compete with that artist. If anything, I'm trying to compete with myself.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Because as I said, I really wholeheartedly want to be great. I wholeheartedly want to be great. And that's with anything that I do. Like, that's just my mindset. If I was selling T-shirts, I want to be able to be the best T-shirt selling mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my mindset.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I get it from. Honestly, I wholeheartedly don't. I just feel like I'm one of those people who, I'm not going to settle for less. I'm not going to settle for being average. I'm not going to settle for being okay. He's good enough. I want to be past that, because God blessed me with something. You know what I'm saying? I know he did. So it's like, I just have to use it to my full potential.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or just take advantage of my gift. and show people I really can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something that you were talking about, like the competition aspect of it. I think more people need to have friends around them who are willing to compete with them.
Right.
So if you're a big hip hop head, back in the day, I think it was, I want to say like 2013, 2014, we got Control from Big Sean that had Kendrick on it. And was it Jay Electronica, Kendrick, and Big Sean? And it was Big Sean's song.
I remember that.
But a lot of people remember Kendrick's verse.
That boy ate. He ate.
And he started naming all these different rappers, and everybody's like, oh, he's dissing all them. But it's like, no.
Right.
If you are a competition person and you understand what it's like to compete,
right,
you will know that he wasn't taking shots at them, but he was taking shots at them.
Right.
And basically, I'm saying that he was willing to call them out to say, hey, you guys are my competition. You
Right.
guys are what make me wake up and do better. So I'm holding y'all accountable.
Right.
I'm making y'all do better because I want to be better.
Right.
That's why I'm calling y'all out, because I want y'all to push me. And if you don't have that mindset, then you're not going to understand that.
Real talk. Real talk.
That's a beautiful thing when you can step in the studio or whatever you do. If you play basketball, sport, or whatever, if you have people around you who are willing to push you and you don't feel animosity toward them, you understand it as true competition, that's irreplaceable. Like, some people can't find people like that.
Yeah, that's what you definitely don't consider a yes man.
Yeah.
Like people who are willing to actually push you to that extreme. And I mean, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Push me, because if I really rock with you, if you my dog, I'm gonna do the same. And it's people that can really, like, I can call and they gonna tell you, like, Tino one of them type of people, he gonna push you. You know what I'm saying? Because if I know I can be great at something, I know you can be too. Even though we may be two different people, we might have two different work ethics, but if we can push each other to be great, bro, I don't see why we can't be. That's just how I look at it.
Yeah, and I think that it's great for friendships, you know, because if you're a type of person who can push the people around you, that builds trust. Because now you're saying, oh, I trust that you'll look after me because you're already trying to push me to become better.
Right.
So that builds a whole new kind of trust of just like, you know, you're going to look after my back, you're going to help me when I'm in need, all kinds of stuff. So that's, and I feel like you're starting to get that from DMG. Because you were telling me how you never really had that, like a group of people who are just actually willing to help you and look out for you and all that kind of stuff. So, so I guess, honest opinion, how has this transition to working with us been?
It been dope as hell. It been dope as hell. Like, from not only just getting a chance to meet you and getting a chance to meet Rach and just everybody that's a part of the team, but just being around people that actually want to help me. You know what I'm saying? Who I feel like have my back and my best interest. Like, of course I may come up with the ideas, but that's why I pitch them to y'all as well, so y'all can be like, hey, look, this sound dope, but hey, change this. Let's try doing it this way. Like, I've never had that. I've always been doing it on my own, literally. So to have help and to have people that can help me bring my vision to life is a plus. Because I know y'all see, like, dude, he take what he doing very seriously. Like, and I know, you know, a lot of people have talent, but then they get to work with a team. But then that's when they get that help, it's like they don't show up and show out. So when Coffee presented the opportunity to me, I was like, bro, I'm telling you, once you put that word in for me, like, let me talk to him too, but I'm gonna show him, like, I'm not like everybody else, bro. Like, I take it serious. So, you know, of course, I understand it. We love music, but I wanted to work with y'all to not only, you know, learn more about just music, but the business. You know, I know what I know, but I know I can learn a lot more being around the right people.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's been, so far it's been dope, bro. Like, I can't complain, dog. I'm loving it. I'm loving the energy. I'm loving the teamwork. Like, everything just been a plus for me. And the content speaks for itself. Like, we've been doing a lot of stuff since we linked up, so it's been a plus.
So how did you and Coffee meet again?
We were a part of this show at Growlers, and we were doing a rehearsal. But we were at somebody's house. I think his name is CJ. CJ and Drummer Queen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we was at their house and we was rehearsing, and Coffee performed.
So you knew CJ and Drama Queen?
No, I didn't know them. I didn't know nobody.
You just knew about the show and you had to rehearse.
Yeah. So
okay.
I showed up just, looking forward to rehearsing. And then I looking at this other guy do what he doing, I'm like, damn, he dope. You know what I'm saying? Like he was rehearsing, I think it is Grind Till You Shine.
Mm-hmm.
And when I heard that song, I was like, I gotta see what's up with bro. Like he was bumping, like, and I love being around artists, as I said, who are, if not just as good as me, even better.
Yeah.
To me, his music stood out to me. That sound, it stuck with me. So it was like, I just wanted to see what was up with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, so this is my setup. I think I am a very good lyricist and a great rapper, but like I don't think I have that swag that you and like
you
Coffee
got it.
have.
Nah, you got hold on. You got your own swag now. We ain't gonna say you ain't got it. You got that. You got that.
So like it's cool seeing people like you and Coffee who have like the swag about you, because that adds like another dimension of showmanship that you have that some people just don't have. Like some people aren't cool, you know what I mean? Like they might be, and that's how you have people who make a living off of being a lyricist or a songwriter.
Facts.
Like they just write music, because if you are listening to this and you're not familiar with the music business, there are a lot of people who do not write their music. They literally just perform it. And a lot of people like Drake has been criticized for this, but it's Drake. Who cares? Like, is the song good? Yes or no? It's a good song. Okay, stop crying about he didn't write the music. A lot of people don't write their music. A lot of singers, famous singers, don't write their music, but they do such a good job of performing it.
Right.
We don't care.
Thanks.
So having that ability to have that swag, like what I'm saying is like some people, they can write good music, but they can't perform it, or they can't sing it well, or they can't rap it well.
Right.
But yeah, like you and Coffee, y'all have this like swag about you that I feel like if I wrote a song for y'all, I would have zero doubt that you could do a good job on it, because y'all just have that charisma, as people say, riz nowadays. Like you have that about you where you're easily marketable. And that was another thing, like why I picked the artist that I work with in DMG. You're easily marketable. If I was like, man, I don't know how I'm going to sell this guy to somebody, I probably wouldn't work with him. But you guys make it so easy because you just know what you're doing. Right. You know, at the end of you just know what you're doing, and you have that swag, you have that charisma that you can just, and personality, where you can just go out there and, as you were saying, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Some people can't. Like some people, we say they're in the industry and they're industry plants because we know that's not who they are. Right. We know that they're just kind of acting, which it sucks that there are people like that.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
And they're for sure in the industry just to make money. They don't really care about the music.
Right.
But yeah, some people just got it. Some people can just do it. They just show up and they're fun to be around, fun to watch.
That's why I always say, thank God. Nah, seriously, bro, because I really do feel like I was born with something inside me that it's just, it's crazy. You know, to be so multi-talented at so many different things and to just be able to do it the way I do it. And I haven't always been able to do it the way I do it. I had to go through the process. So, like with my first performance, if I still had footage and if I showed you that footage, you would be like, hell no, ain't no way. Like, what are you doing? Like, but I won the competition.
Nice.
I won the competition, and I still, when I look back at that video, because after every show, I watch my performance to see what I did do. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I feel like I shouldn't have won, but I feel like the song itself, and by me being a new person in just, and not necessarily in the city, but just a new artist, you know what I'm saying? Taking this first time performing, you feel what I'm saying? To be able to come out there and do what I do, it was like, I don't see how I won, but it was like, okay, cool, I'll take it. But, I mean, I just got better over time. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Like, I just kept performing. It was, I had several performances where I had people come to me and be like, hey, you looked a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? And it pissed me off because I'm like, what you mean look nervous? I wasn't nervous, but deep down, bro, I was nervous as hell because it was once again me caring about what other people would think. You know what I'm saying? And I just had to get out of my own head. So, I mean, the more I did it, bro, I just got better. I just got better, and now I have shows where I look back. I can look at the footage and be like, "Yeah, you knew you was doing your shit then. You knew you was doing it because I felt the crowd energy, but I also felt my own. It was like I just felt it. Like I knew I was doing my own thing, and man, I love it. I love it.
Somebody who, okay, this is going to be hard to describe, and this is still a phenomenal compliment. But like, I wouldn't say Crisis has like that cool swag, but he just has that like, I know what I'm doing swag. Like when you watch, I challenge anybody.
Yeah.
Go to a open mic or any kind of performance of a rapper and watch them perform, and then watch Crisis J perform.
Right.
It's two different levels.
It is.
And so I don't perform ever, like hardly, but like one time, the first time I ever did, no, hold on, when was it? I think it was like the second time I ever performed. Crisis was trying to critique me. He was like, "Oh man, you did good, but you got to do this, you got to do that." And I was like, "What is he talking about?" And then like I watched him perform, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah.
Like Crisis just knows what he's doing on stage. Like he kind of acts like he's kind of nervous, but he ain't nervous.
Right.
He's got that kind of bashful thing about, but he knows what he's doing.
He done came to me a few times before a show and be like, "Bro, I'm nervous as hell." I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Then we get up there and do what he do. I'm like, "Man, you wasn't nervous," but man, me on the other hand, when I get up there, man, it might not seem like it, but I'm about to shit bricks. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the same feeling, and no matter where I'm at, hen dog, it's the same way. But it's like, man, once that music come on, it's like a switch come on in my head. Like, man, you better do what you do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Do it.
Do you feel like so like the music that you make? Do you feel like that kind of developed over time, or did you already know the kind that you wanted to make, like when you first started out?
When I first started, I was just trying shit. So it was like I was just all over the place with it. But then at one point I wanted to make, you can say real life music, but it was more so like conscious music too.
Oh, okay.
Sort of like how Crisis is now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It was something like that. But I feel like people didn't respect me in their lane. And I felt like I was coming off too preachy. Don't nobody want to listen to somebody that's preaching to them. So something just made me want to flip the switch. I flipped the switch, and when I flipped the switch, the first song I came back with was "Go Get the Money."
Okay.
Go Get the Money. And still today, I dropped that song in 2018, and it's 2024. That song is still my favorite song.
Is it chapter 23?
Go Get the Money?
Yeah.
Yeah, but before I put it on there, it was just a single by itself.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a single by itself.
So is like when you decide to push that music, what are some things that you feel like are key factors into like, all right, I am LilTino. I think this song is going to help me, get to where I want to go. So Go Get the Money. If you haven't listened to it, by all means, go listen to it right now.
ASAP.
Pause this podcast. Go listen to it. But it's very energetic.
Yeah.
You can listen to it if you're working out, if you're hanging out with people, whatever. So do you feel like you chose that song to push just because it was a good song, because it felt like it embodied who you are? Like, what are some reasons why you
It was real. It was real. It was one of those first songs where I actually sat down, wrote it, and I took my time with it, and everything I put down on it, it was authentic. Like, it was real. Like, a lot of people say that shit, man, but when I wrote that song, like, if you listen, the hook is one thing, that was you know what I'm saying? Go get the money, go. But when you listen to that first verse, I started broke, I had no choice, I had to get the bag. My mama told me never settle, get up off your ass. Considered first stay on alert when it's about that cash. I stack it up, bitch, I'm wrecked up, I'm trying to make it last. Been broke so long, my mind so gone. It was just one of those songs, like when I was writing it, I wanted to make sure everything I put on that paper, man, it was authentic. And every time I performed it, even when I first recorded it, I felt it. Like I felt that energy. And when we were recording the song, at one point I was like, nah, this is gonna probably be another one of the songs like I've been creating, but then we critiqued it, we worked on it, we added some flavor to it, and once it was done and polished, and once I actually performed it and saw the reaction of the people, once I put it out on social media and let the people get a taste of it, it was like, man, I knew then, like, I'm finna run with this.
Yeah.
I'm finna run with this. And at first it was just me performing the song, like, you know, just me, just doing what I do. But then we added the dance to it. Once we added the dance to it, now it's marketable.
Yeah.
Now it's marketable because you got a dope hook, dope verse, but you got to dance with it with a whole lot of energy. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, go get the money.
I think that song is a good epitome for. So I tell artists all the time, make sure you continuously push your whole catalog,
Right.
because you think your music is old, but it's new to somebody.
Facts.
And so, like,
Facts.
as you said, you put that out in 2018, but I didn't meet you until last year. So the song is 5 years old at the point that I met you. And you've got to reteach me that song. You got to reteach me that dance because I'm not used to it.
Right.
So, like, I think a lot of artists forget that it's whatever you're doing is new to somebody. And that's the whole big fish, small pond. Like, if you are only staying in Memphis, you're like, everybody knows me. Everybody knows my music.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you're at.
Exactly. Exactly.
You have to teach 7 billion people your music.
Yeah.
So you have a forever, never-ending job to teach people your music across the world. Like, if your goal is just the city you're in, then that's all that will be as big as you will ever be. But if you think about it in big scale, you know, I'm from Alabama and I was in the military, lived in North Dakota, and then now I'm living here. So you're grabbing me as a person, Jackson Henderson, as a new audience. So I don't know about you. You know, I don't know about. I know the history of Memphis music, but not all the history. But the current Memphis people, like, I'm still getting to know them. Like you and Crisis or Coffee, like, y'all bring up like, oh, so you know so and so they were doing. I was like, I have no idea who that is. And they're like, what? You don't know so? I was like, dude, I'm not from here, so you have to teach me all these things. And I think it can be refreshing for y'all because it's like, man, I gotta bring you this song that I did back in such and such.
Let me go and put you on game real quick.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's a great thing, I think, because so many people, I think we just, as artists, you know, as I said, we get kind of used to telling people about our music, and then we're just like, okay, everybody knows about my music. But it's just your circle. That's who knows about your music. You have to get that music out to everybody.
Yeah. And I think that's where a lot of artists kind of flop. A lot of artists are scared of the groundwork.
Yeah.
Not me. I don't care if it's in front of 500 to 1,000. It don't make a difference. I've done it. I've stood in front of the corner stores and sold. I've sold business cards. I've sold music cards with the QR code on the back. I've sold those for, you know what I'm saying, $2, $3. Like, but when I did that, it showed somebody who was around me like, bro, you just sold a business card. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, bro, if you know what you're doing, I mean, it's possible. You feel what I'm saying? So, like I say, I've stood in front of the corner stores. I've sold T-shirts. I've sold hoodies. I've sold hats. I've done it. And it's not necessarily what you do is how you do it. And like I tell anybody, if you know how to work your mouthpiece, man, you good to go. You just got to know how to talk to people. You can't try to come and sell somebody like if I came to you and be like, hey, man, I got water for sale, bro. It's mine, two for $1. Like, you can't come like that. When you out and when you networking with the public, you gotta come a certain way. I ain't saying you gotta change who you are, but it's a time and a place for everything. So when you on some business stuff, keep it business. You know what I'm saying? Let them know what you got going on and hey, keep it pushing. Yeah,
and it's a hustler mentality. Like like we were talking about in the meeting the other day. I was like, drug dealers make the best rappers because they're used to taking a product and selling it. And if you can take that mentality of, I've got something that I think people need and I don't know any other way to get it to them. This is how I'm going to get it to them.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to put it in their face whether they like it or not.
Right.
That's the mentality you got to have as an artist. Like, you got you got to push you harder than anybody else because ain't nobody else going to push you like you're going to push you.
Right.
And by push, I mean like showing people your music.
Right.
It's very important that you have that I don't care what people think mentality. This is mine. Right. I got to get it to the people so that I can feed my family. You know, if you got, you know, a wife or a husband or kids, whatever, like you want to be able to provide based off of something that you love doing. And if music is what you love doing, you have to be unapologetically in people's faces, showing them, hey, this is me. I put my heart and soul into this. And I can tell that when I meet people and they're telling me about their music, I'm like, I don't think you put that much effort into making this because the way you're selling it tells me.
Nah, for real, handout, for real.
Like if you as a drug dealer, you had to go down to Colombia to go get your cocaine and bring it back. Right. I guarantee you're going to put in some work to sell it.
Yeah, you better.
So if you put your last paycheck on studio time,
right,
I guarantee you're probably going to put a lot of work into selling that music.
You better know it. You better know it. That's just my mentality too. Like, I've gotten better when it comes to putting it in people's faces. Like, everything I didn't do was go get the money. That's what we doing with Ratchet a bit. So, you know, like with the promo videos, just coming up with different things like skits, which I got some stuff I want to do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like later on, but it's just one of those things where, like you said, when you know you got some good product, I mean, how else are you gonna get it out there? You know what I'm saying? You got to put it in their face, and I do it every day. Every day. Like, I may not post as much as I used to on IG, but I still stay consistent as possible as I can. Now, let's say for Facebook, for instance, every day, and I've heard this from several people, man, every time I get on Facebook, bro, you know, the first thing I see, I be like, what? Man, something about a ratchet ass bitch, you know what I'm saying? And they let me know.
Oh, baby.
You know what I'm saying? So they let me know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. You know, I'm keeping it in their face.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it in their face. I got them tuned in, but, you know, when you got that momentum going, you just want to keep it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep it rolling. So that's my plan going forward. Like, I want to run this song as long as I can run it. You feel what I'm saying? And it may be stupid to other artists. It may not make sense to somebody else, but to me, the song is too dope to let go to waste.
Yeah.
And I've heard before, you know, give a song at least 6 months to a year. See what it does, but it's on you and how far you want to go with the song. So, you know, how much money you're willing to put into the song, how much energy and effort you're willing to put into the song as far as being able to hit the road, hit the streets, however, whatever. It's like, it's up to you. And I know if it's in my hands, we going all the way in.
Yeah.
We going dumb with it, man. We going dumb.
My best example to people is always by Usher, Lil Jon. And Ludacris, like that song still gets played today in stadiums, football, basketball stadiums, whatever. Like that song came out in 2004 and still gets blasted in stadiums. If you are 19 years, like if you are younger than 18 years of age,
right,
you weren't even born when that song came out.
Facts.
So that song is so iconic, and they're still pushing it. And there are artists who are like, man, my song is old. Well, when'd you make it? 2 years ago. It's like, what are you talking about?
Come on, bro. For
Again,
real.
there are people who don't know who you are outside of where you're from. So take those 5-year-old songs, 10-year-old songs, and keep pushing them because there's people out there who don't know what that is.
Facts. Yeah, I mean, that's why, I still perform, go get the money till this day.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, why not perform it? I may not perform it the same way, or I may not perform the whole song by it being, you know, in the show mix, but I'm still giving you a piece of it. So for somebody who haven't heard it, if they just hear that hook, like, it's like, damn, that song dope, let me go check it out. So, I mean, it's one of those things for me. I ain't letting my catalog die down. You know, we gonna push it, because, I mean, the music speaks for itself. You know, you just got to be willing to present it to the public and, you know, continuously put it in their face as much as possible, What's some things that you feel like
you need to work on, or you got coming up? You're like, man, I'm really excited about doing this. I want to do that. What are some things you got for the future?
We got some upcoming shows coming up. One this Sunday, to be exact. I got one coming up in February the 16th or the 17th. That's gonna be a dope show. As far as content, I got a lot of ideas, you know that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
of course I'm gonna share them with you, but I mean right now I'm in my head with it. You know, I'm always trying to do something else, but I always make my next move my best move. So it's one of those things. And as far as what I can do as far as what I want to work on to get better, it's a lot, bro. From performing to how I record when I'm in the studio, and just a lot of stuff. Like I want to work on everything.
Yeah.
You know, I know I can't get it done all in one day, but over time I just want to get better.
Yeah.
That's my main goal, just getting better.
And I think I've recorded you 3 times. The All the Way In song with Dee Dee.
Yes, sir.
The Cypher.
Yep.
And Monster. So I've recorded with Tino 3 times, and every time. So when you did Monster, you were like, I'm gonna probably want to go do this again, but you killed it. Like I think you might do 1 or 2 takes,
And I still feel like I did.
you did a phenomenal
You know what I'm
job.
saying? Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
And then I think it was All the Way In when you were doing that one. Your ad libs were good, and then you were like, "Oh, I messed up," and I was like, "Where,
Yeah, bro? Yeah.
And you redid it, and I was like, "Okay, yeah. I can tell the difference."
Right.
And that's something like Jupiter. She gets on to me about it. She's like, "I messed up right here. Why didn't you tell me?" I'm like, I don't know what you're capable. Like I'm still learning all of it. Like all the artists I work with, I'm still learning you. So it's hard to critique somebody when you don't know what they're capable of. And so that's why I still go back and listen to all y'all's catalogs and all the old music that you put out, so I can basically judge you from what you've done to where you are now. So that when I do record you or mix your music, I'm like, you could have did better because I've heard you done better. I've heard you do better. So I know, and it helps me know how to coach you. Because if I'm like, you did this, but this one time you did this, so try it this way. And it's just a big learning experience for me, but it's really fun. I love recording y'all because it helps me learn who you are, how you like to function, and then also it tells me like what you're capable of doing in the future. Because I can help progress you by just watching you progress. It's like literally watching a kid grow up over, you watch a child grow up over, however many years of their life, but like I'm watching you grow up in the studio, and it's like, oh man, like I remember when they used to do this. They don't do that anymore. They do this now. And so I don't know, it's just a really cool experience.
Nah, for sure, bro. I think for me, it was, the recording process always, like when I first started recording, I would, of course, write the lyrics down on your phone, and I would try to record with the phone in my hand, but my engineer, he challenged me. He was like, man, next time you come, don't have that phone with you, bro. I want you to be able to know your lyrics, boo, boo. So I'm like, I went home, what song was it? I want to say it was Mike Talk. And High Stakes. The song is called High Stakes, but I just dropped my verse on the song and called it Mike Talk. But the song is out right now, you know what I'm saying? Y'all go check it out. It's a dope song. Shout out to my boy Phoenix J. Straight up. But it was just a process for me, bro, just wanting to get better with ad libs. Ad libs, because I was recording with somebody one time, and I didn't know the engineer. It was just one of those things where he was like, bro, I want to do a feature pull up. I pulled up to the spot. The engineer, we got to record, and he was like, man, you doing all right, but man, turn up on them ad libs. And I'm like, nigga, who is you? You know what I'm saying? like, bro, I know what I'm doing. This is what I do. But after that day, how I do my ad libs now, whoever that man is, I don't know his name.
Because of him.
Shout out to him. So like when you hear me, yeah, like it's the energy. Like I don't know, he brought something out of me.
You have the coldest ad lib. It goes,
Appreciate it, bro.
It goes Young Jeezy, LilTino.
Straight
like
up. Hey, I'm trying to see what artists do I know make some crazy ad libs, and I love it, man.
I think Jeezy's got the greatest.
You think so?
Oh
yeah,
my god,
yeah.
I love Jeezy's ad libs. Like a part of me wants to copy him, but I'm like, I can't copy him.
Yeah, he be
But
turned.
I just admire him.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the ad libs, they can make or break a song too, you know. Because it's all in the energy.
Yeah.
It's all in the energy. You can have a dope beat, but if them ad libs and them lyrics ain't on point, man, it's like, what you doing?
Yeah.
So
because people remember, because it's easy to remember. Like an ad lib is usually like one word or something like that. So
Right.
it's easy to remember. Like when you say it, like you usually say "on baby" at the end of your verse, and I
Right.
remember that, and I'm waiting on it too.
Right.
It's like the Lil Wayne lighter flick. It's like it's something I'm waiting on, and then you like your yes and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Like it's iconic because it's so simple.
Yeah.
But it's something so energetic and like everybody can chime in on it.
Yeah.
And that's why ad libs are great, is because it's, as I said, it's just simple. People can chime in on it. People can remember it.
facts.
And it's just something that it just uplifts the song. It like adds value to the song.
That flavor.
Yeah.
That flavor.
Yeah,
to
it's
it.
a little extra spice.
Right.
If your music or your verse is a key ingredient to a song,
Yeah.
then ad libs are just some extra spice.
Facts. I
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
Yeah, some people just like me. Like I am not an ad lib person at all, and I am conscious enough to know that I suck at ad lib.
But
So
at one point I sucked. I'm talking about it, like at one point I didn't ad lib on my songs.
oh, okay.
Because I really didn't see the point. And I think it had a lot to do with the music I was making back then.
Mm-hmm.
Versus now it's like, yeah, throw some ad libs on that joint. It's too turned not to. So
Yeah.
it was one of those things, bro. Definitely.
Yeah, I just do like in and outs or dubs, whatever people call them.
Yeah.
So that's actually a funny. I always call them dubs, like you're doubling up what
Yeah.
you said in the verse.
Facts.
And I have a song out with Dee and Fraser Boy called "Start a Trend Remix." And Fraser Boy comes to my house to record, and he was like, "All right, let's do the in and outs." And I was like, "I'm recording them,"
Right.
so I'm like, "In and outs? What is he talking about?"
Yeah, that was me. What that mean?
I was like, what is he talking about? And I was like, oh, he wants to do like dubs. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now on, I call them in and outs. Like it makes sense because you're coming in and out
Right.
of the song. Like you're going in and out. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. So yeah, that was pretty cool. But
For sure, bro.
that's usually what I do. People blowing you up.
Yeah.
Hey, let's actually wrap this up. 'Cause I have Matt Lucas downstairs.
Like for real?
Yeah, he's going to record.
Damn. That's dope. That's dope.
Do you know Matt?
Nah, I've never met him.
He was at the show. He was at the concert. He performed. But yeah, you have to meet him.
For sure.
Downstairs.
For sure.
I guess give people. So you said you got the show.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
What else you got coming up?
Y'all just have to stay tuned.
You got a lot of features with DMG people.
Facts. Facts.
What about singles and albums and anything
In the future.
In the okay.
You talking about like you asking like
Yeah. Like I mean, do you have anything that you have planned or anything you're just like, yeah,
we just dropped with me and my boy Phoenix J. Like I said, we just dropped the new single High Stakes. It just dropped today. So if you have not heard it, go check it out. As I always say, whether you get a chance to stream it, download it, or purchase it, hey, all support is appreciated on my end for sure. So that's what's just dropped today. But Ratchet AB, you know what I'm saying? That's on out right now for sure too. And if y'all have not heard it, man, stream it, download it, purchase it, show some love. Y'all will really enjoy the song, man. But as of right now, that's really my main focus. You know what I'm saying? I'm not pushing no other music right now, but Ratchet AB. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like as far as in the future, man, y'all gonna see a lot of dope shit for sure. You feel what I'm saying? Just with this one song. Like, it's a lot you can do with one song if you do it the right way.
yeah.
So that's what I got going on, bro. That's what I got going on.
Yeah, and I like, I have to keep up with everything that all y'all are doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool seeing like what y'all choose to do. Like, Sony's got his stuff coming out. Didi is just he's the type of person where he'll work on something and then hold it. He'll work on something else and then hold it. And that's kind of like me. Like me and him kind of work similar.
Yeah.
And then everybody, you know, they've got their own style. So it's cool seeing like you doing what you're doing. And 'cause I don't think anybody's really doing what you're doing right now. I think Coffee's about to do that. I think he wants to push Life Goes On for a while.
Right.
But yep, it's been great getting to know you, getting to work with you, and all that. And in the future, I can't wait to find out where we take you, man.
Likewise, my dog.
doubt.
Likewise.
Well, all right. Well, thank you for everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Appreciate that. Hey, man, if you are not following me, make sure you tune in on IG at LIL_TINO21. You can also follow me on Facebook on my fan page at LilTino or my regular page, Valentino. Either way, tap in, show some love, and hey, stay tuned on baby.
Awesome. See you guys.